The impression that people get of him is a guy who's got it made, who's really got it made.
He has problems the same as everybody else, except Blake, I think, conceals his.
I think he really likes being alive. If he's depressed, maybe it's because he feels he's not doing enough, like he feels maybe he's wasting his time working. Like people say, what do you do? I just fly around, and I need the money, I work. Nobody said a man's got to work. A guy like that, just moving into a scene and out of it, turns on people, you see him and you say, God, he's free, and I should be like that. The thing is, it's so hard to be free now. Roads are jammed, the stores are jammed, the cities are jammed.
Blake hates cities. Blake won't go anywhere near a city unless he has to.
Blake's idea is what you don't spend, you don't have to earn. And that's why he drives these terrible, beat-up old cars.
When I first heard about Blake, I heard about him years before I met him. I said, oh yeah, he sounds like some phony, some kind of nut that sort of lives up in the woods to entice young girls to come up there and stay with him. Because it was a young girl that told me about him. She described this man who lived in the woods, and he was sweet and gentle, very innocent, almost naive, childlike, all these things that you say, oh yeah, sure. Anyway, when I met the guy, I get the feeling that he's a real person.
He can't stand to be tied down. And this is why he gets so mad at himself when he collects all his junk. So what he does now really is he just locks the door and pays his rent in advance and heads out. These cross-country trips can turn out to be anywhere from a day. The engine might pack up the first day, or it might hold out for a couple of weeks until he gets as far as Edmonton. The second last cross-country trip he went on, he was away 2 years.
Blake was born in the wrong age. All his heroes are First World War fighter pilots, He's always talking about the First World War, Bishop Barker, Collishaw, and this is when Blake really comes alive. There's 1,001 drawings that he's got up on his wall of his aeroplane, in British markings, you know, in French markings, and with little crosses all down the fuselage.
Some of the hairiest experiences he's had are to be caught up after dark because he loses himself and forgets about time.
Yeah, but I don't think he's taken night flying, has he? I don't think he's even qualified to fly at night.
Oh gosh, no. His airplane just isn't equipped for night flying, no navigation or anything like that. No lights, no radio. The funny thing is, he's not a daredevil type of fellow. And so he's so sincere in thinking he's doing everything so safe. Even his unique methods of navigating, such as following roads, and which is fine until they fork, and then you got problems.
Does he ever use a parachute?
No, he'd never bail out. For him, the idea of leaving his airplane is absolutely unthinkable. He'd put it into the trees or into a lake first.
Canada 307, roger. You're 30 miles east of the airport. Transpond 04 Alpha and contact Montreal arrival control to frequency 119.3.
19.3, good night.
Don't know, sir. Can't raise him.
Air Canada
He's just coming in
316.
anyway. Must be in trouble.
This is ridiculous. You can't just come in here like that.
Air Canada 316,
Let's
contact
get someone
Boston
down there to check him out.
Center, frequency 127.6 over Camp intersection.